Well, it's a tough day for Democrats. Obviously, not what we expected. We knew that the election was going to be close here in Georgia. We did not expect it to be what it turned out to be nationwide. But I think it tells us that we have to continue to improve our messages, improve our reach out to various communities, and to ensure that people know that we're working for families to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. When you see numbers like we see across the country, I'm not sure that it's necessarily the Harris campaign itself. It seems like there was a sentiment that the economy and the direction of the country was not going where the majority of the people wanted it to go. And I think that as Democrats, we have to take a look and analyze that. But at the same time, it's disheartening that people felt the need to trade what they believe is a potential benefit economically for giving up some of their freedoms and some of their rights. And that's something that we'll have to fight against, both in the state legislature here in Georgia, but also at the federal level. I think that Georgia Democrats, when we look at the state house, for example, we picked up a couple seats. And I think we lost one at net one seat, which is a win. It's incremental progress. And I think that we have to continue to work towards a majority in the legislature. We have a very important election in 26 where we will have Senator John Ossoff on the ballot, and we will have a number of statewide offices on the ballot as well. And we're going to use this election to refine our messages, refine our strategies, learn from what went well and what didn't, and then go back out to hardworking Georgians and to tell them what we have to offer them. Well, I think initially we have to do a lot of listening. We have to do a lot of listening, not as much talking, and then we have to receive that feedback and do something about it.
You know, I was numb because this presidential election was about character not only for the presidential candidates themselves, but also character about this country. And 71 million citizens say they are okay with having a president that's a convicted felon, having a president that is about doom and gloom, no hope, and filled with anger and grievance. 71 million Americans said that it's okay to sexually assault a woman, or to have a president that has been found guilty of fraud. And so this race was about character. And as a retired naval officer, character means something, right? Because he is not only going to be the president, he's going to be the commander-in-chief. And every military officer, we take character serious because it's part of our leadership characteristics: honor, integrity, telling the truth. Because if we don't, that man or woman that wearing the uniform very well could be sent to their death. And so this election was about character for me. Not just the two candidates, but about this country. And so I'm numb because I think this country deserves more than what just took place. I was surprised because if you think her journey was just 107 days, from July 21st until the election day was just 107 days. And during that 107 days, she did some very remarkable things. She built a coalition that consisted of Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney and Beyonce and Taylor Swift and Michelle Obama. She also built a coalition of 200 different organizations from cat ladies with Kamala Harris to white ladies and white dudes for Kamala Harris. That kind of coalition we did not see with Barack Obama, the energy and excitement. And so I was very surprised that it did not manifest into a victory. And when you look at the forensics, I think there are three groups that did not show up that should have. I think the first group, white women. Black women showed up, black men showed up. The young people showed up for her. The 18 to 29, she won that category by 55%. And so it wasn't because the black women and black men did not show up. It was because white women did not show up. The second group, Latinos, I'm very surprised. Because when you have a candidate saying that you're going to deport 18 to 20 million, I would think Hispanics, Latinos would have been terrorized by that kind of language. And that he's going to have the military to do it. But he amazingly increased his percentage. He went from 32% to 45%. He had 32% in 2020, and it expanded to 45%. The third and final group, I would say, and it's a little hard, but there's still a lot of misogyny out there. Men generally did not show up. She did not do well in that category. And most men, we are providers and protectors of our mothers, our grandmothers, our wives, our daughters. And for her to lose because she's a woman, a black woman, very qualified, served in all three branches of government, judicial, legislative, and the executive branch. Her experience outshined both Trump's and J.D. Vance together. And so it was more than just about talking about economics. It was more than just talking about immigration and democracy. The underbelly of this country was resurrected, and we witnessed it during this election. Rural Georgia showed up, and the urban and suburban areas of Georgia did not. I mean, we had, if you think about it, he had 2.6 million, she had 2.5 million. And so there were more votes that came this 4 years this time, but it was where those votes came up at. And so where we were excited to see how Georgia broke records. I mean, early voting was over 4 million. On election day, we were at 500,000. Then by 2:30, we were at 700,000. So we were excited because we were thinking that those votes were in the areas that are predominantly black: Fulton County, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Cobb, Henry, Clayton. So that's where we thought these votes were coming from. But in doing the forensics, those votes really came out of rural parts. Mm-hmm. And I think we could have done more there in the rural areas to at least close that margin. In 2026, we have the governor, lieutenant governor, all the constitutional offices, senator, as you mentioned, the House and the Senate. And I think we have to do three things as Democrats. One, we have to do a better job in messaging. We do a lot around making sure that families understand that our party is always going to be about the party for the people. But the people won't know that unless we tell them. And I think it's okay without bragging on the things that we deliver for them. Number two, I think we got to do a better job in educating the public. We just do not find the electorate as informed as they should be. We no longer teach Civics 101 in high school. And so I think we got to do a better job in informing the public about how government plays a role in their life and how it impacts their life. And I think third and finally, we have to make sure that we're not just going after the votes in the urban and suburban areas. We got to play in the rural parts. And I think our message will resonate in rural areas. I mean, when you think about 82 counties without an OBGYN, 61 counties without a pediatrician out of 159 counties. Most of that are in rural areas. When you think about the 12 hospitals that are closed, most of that are in the rural parts of Georgia. And so we got to say to those who live in the rural parts of Georgia that not only we care, we see you, we hear you, and we're going to show up. And I think we got to do that work now and not just wait until the election cycle comes up.